What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back once again. Shout out to the family. Shout out to all my supporters. Everybody who been showing love thus far, and who continue to show love and who continue to support me. It's very much appreciated. You know, definitely tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep Live. Got another broadcast for y'all tonight. Are lies more interesting than the truth? Are lies more interesting than the truth, y'all? This is something that I wanted people to join in and get their perspectives on this, because I just feel like today in society is not only built on lies, but it stands on lies. Everything that we basically interface with today in society is built on some type of false narrative or some type of false premise. So tonight I just wanted to touch on that with y'all and get y'all perspectives on it, to see if y'all believe that lies are more interesting than the truth. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all know that? Do y'all have any experience dealing with this? Because this topic needs to be discussed, because the narrative that we all like to speak about in this quote unquote conscious community, and I'm gonna put that in quotations, we like to always talk about the narrative that's being promoted to us as Black people. But do we know that the narrative that's being pushed to us, they use lies and things to keep them going? They tell you half truths and whole lies. See, that's what's going on in society. We dealing with a lot of half truths but whole lies. So when we like to speak on, oh, the narrative, do we understand what the narrative is based off of? Do we understand how the narrative was even created? Do we understand how the narrative continues to stand about our people? And I think the narrative continues to stand strong because lies are more interesting than the truth. And see, people set society up that way so people could be immersed and entrenched in lies, because that's what this whole reality that we living in is based off of. That's why the thing that rules our psyche is propaganda. Propaganda is what? Lies. Lies. And see, if we understand that as being conscious folk, we got to know what responsibilities we have, and the responsibilities that we should have as being conscious people, or quote unquote leaders, because a lot of people like to call themselves leaders. If you're going to put yourself in that position, you cannot do everything and base everything that you do on lies. A foundation is not a solid foundation if it's based on lies. This is why you see everything's changing in society now, because the time is coming up where people are not accepting lies anymore. Even the higher ups. This is why you see Bill O'Reilly got fired. Tommy Loren got fired because they're liars. Tommy Loren played like she was a right-wing conservative woman who claimed she was in support of Donald Trump. Oh, we love Trump. But then when the pressure got put on her, she proved that she was in favor for pro-choice. So if you're in favor for women having their own choice in dealing with birth and stuff like that, then how are you a conservative? They don't believe in that. They go against that. They don't believe in abortion. They believe you have those children and you do what you're supposed to do for them. So she got caught up in her lies. You see? And see, she knew that lies were more interesting than the truth. That's what kept her on TV or kept her with her show that she had. Because she was lying. She was painting a false narrative so she can become someone. But it was all built off of lies. And you see, when she got caught, look what happened to her. She lost everything that she thought she was doing the right thing for. You see? She got caught up in a bunch of lies. So we got to understand, family, that even though lies, lies is what built this corporation we living in called the United States, even though all of these things are built on lies, the foundation is starting to cave in on these people. Because it's only so long lies are going to stand. It's only so long. You see, once the truth come out, once the sun comes out, the rain goes away. And that's figurative. But see, we got to understand that lies can't survive around truth. Sooner or later, it's going to show. And this is what we see in this society today. You got a lot of Caucasians being reprimanded for their behavior because they're getting caught up in lies. They're getting caught up in lies, man. The dude, Aaron Hernandez, he just killed himself. I was watching a story on YouTube where they were saying that, this brother could have had a secret lover who was a man. They were saying that Aaron Hernandez was bisexual. You see? And see, 9 out of 10, what they said he did was they said before he killed himself, he made sure he left money to his family and also to this guy that he was always around in high school. And this dude, stayed in his life. But nobody never really knew about him until now. So what the media is saying is that this guy could have been his secret lover. You see? And there's a lot of homosexuality in the sports world. But as a black man, or anything close to being black and being a homosexual is taboo. That's taboo. Yeah, it's normal now. That's because they created laws behind it. That's why everybody's, comfortable with coming out. These new people, these new generation people. But these people who grew up in another time, these men and women are not comfortable with being open about their sexuality. See, society is only letting people know now that it's okay. And that's because the higher ups in society are homosexuals. They're living the life of lies. Look at what happened with Chris Christie. They found out, he liked to play around. They always catching a politician with a prostitute. They always catching a politician dealing in some type of drugs, whether he using them or selling them. But they sell you this false image of these people. Because lies are more interesting than the truth. Why do you think being a reality star is the quickest way to the top now for a lot of black people? This is why you have a lot of black women getting into that lifestyle. They're putting themselves in certain places so they can be seen to make the reality shows. Because lies is lucrative. You don't make a lot of money being truthful. You don't make a lot of money doing that. You don't make your money being a stand-up person. You don't make a lot of money doing that. Because the whole aspect of business dealing in the United States is corruption. It's lies, it's deceit, it's murder, it's theft. This is the nature of business when we're in the United States. This is why they make the most money off selling us lies. Most of these commercials we see are lies, man. I went to school for business. You know what they call lies? Marketing. That's another fancy word for saying they lying to your ass. We gonna market you this good product. That's a fancy word for saying we lying. We just trying to sell you something. So family, in society, man, lies are always more interesting. Always. Because people wouldn't watch reality shows if they didn't want to hear what's going on in these people's lives. And most of these people up there are playing a role. They're playing a role. That's why they got the cable station, True TV. And what's their slogan? True TV, not reality, actuality. So that's showing you when you watching television and you think, oh, this is reality TV. That don't mean it's real. Whatever's real is actual. Actuality. They don't call it actuality TV. They call it reality TV. You see? Because reality is based off perception. Whatever you think. So if you believe in this shit that's going on this reality TV stuff, or whatever venue, if you believe in the lies are going to stand and people are going to pay for those lies and everything that come within that concept. So you got a lot of these reality stars. They selling clothes. They selling shoes, makeup, all this shit. Because those are the accessories that you must deal with when you dealing with the reality TV. You have to put on the costume. You see? And this is what's wrong in society, family. Because now it's cool to be a liar. It's cool. It's very, very cool. People will like you. People will follow you. Why you think people follow all these quote unquote gangster rappers? They follow them because they believe in those lies. They believe in that this dude done bust his gun. They believe that. When he got 100 cops with him, he ain't gonna shoot shit. He got 100 police officers with him. But it's cool to believe that he will, because in his video, he holding an AK. So you believe he gonna use that. But you don't even know a lot of them dudes got prop guns. A lot of them guns are not even real. A lot of the money is not real. The drugs you seeing in these videos are not real. They're selling you an image. And the image is based off of lies. You see? And see what makes lies so interesting? It makes it interesting because people want to know, why are you like that? You know? They want to know if you're really like that. So they're intrigued by that. They're intrigued by your image. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see what they're about. I'm gonna see what this is about. You know? They're intrigued by lies, man. And then guess what happens? When we find out that these people are not who we say they are, because see, another thing that as Black people, we got to stop doing, we got to stop putting people on pedestals. Because see, when you put somebody on a pedestal, what it is that they then have to live up to your expectations. So now if that person falls short of what you expect of them, now you think they never was who you thought they were. You see? We got to stop putting people on a pedestal. It's cool to like a person. It's cool to admire a person. But don't put them on a pedestal, because we all human. We all have flaws. And see, people got to understand that perfect means balance. Perfect don't mean all good. There's no such thing as all good in the universe. The universe is balanced. Good and evil, negative and positive. So perfect is the balance between the two, not leaning towards one side of the spectrum. Yin and yang. So stop thinking because you always thinking you're a good person that makes you perfect. No, perfect is balanced. That's why God said in the Bible, he made the world perfect, meaning good and evil. One can't exist without the other. because it's all the same energy. It's all the same energy. Good ain't better than bad, and bad ain't better than good. That's all based on perspective. But see, we have to understand that somebody is controlling a narrative if lies are more interesting than the truth. Somebody has to be pulling the strings and constantly propagating that lies are good. This is why we have the television. This is why we have news. Because they're only going to push out the narrative that they want us to be in. They're not going to tell us the truth. You know why? Because if they told us the truth, they wouldn't be able to make money off of us. You see? Lies are lucrative. Why do you think nowadays web series are the most popular thing? And that ain't no shot to nobody who do web series. I support them all. I watch them all. I watch them all. But you know why they popular on the internet? Because of the narrative that's being pushed. The hot web series are based on the same things. Street life. They want to constantly push street life to us. And there's thousands of other web series. But why are there only a select few that's at the top? And they all have the same genres. They're all in the same category. Because they're pushing the same narrative. It's pushing the same narrative. And what it's telling our children is that black men ain't shit, black women are whores. All we do is sell drugs and kill each other. And hopefully I could get out the hood one day with my family. That's what these web series, that's the narrative behind these web series. The top ones. And those are lies, man. All black women are not whores. All black men are not drug dealers and murderers. That's not true. All black men didn't have to go to jail. That's not true. All black men that grow up in the hood don't get shot. That's not true. But they continue to let the same narrative be pushed by these series. Lies. This is why new creators who want to create content, it's hard for them. Because they like, damn, if I tell the truth, a lot of people won't tune in and I won't get paid for my work. This is why you have a lot of artists in the music business who decide to keep pushing out bullshit. This is why there's only a select few of conscious artists, because it's not lucrative to tell the truth. It's not lucrative. You see, you have your few people. You got your J. Cole's, you got your Kendrick Lamar's, you got your Lupe Fiascos. But then what about the other guys who rap conscious? Why they're not seen in the same light? You see? And see what that does is that makes positive people start to question if being positive is effective. Because being negative shows a whole nother effect. Being negative actually affects people. I can actually get paid off being negative. You see? I get paid off doing that. You see? Them same women that be on reality shows calling each other bitches left and right or be so quick to tell a man who you calling a bitch. They'll be so quick to try to check a man, but you sit there and let your sisters call you bitches all day. That's how y'all communicate. That's that reality TV living. That makes you cool in the hood. You lit because you operate like that. You communicate from that space. But you go around your homegirls and start calling them, hey queen. Hey queen. How you doing, queen? She don't know how to respond to you. Oh, what you think you better than me? Because you ain't calling her a bitch no more. You see? See, the lies match a lifestyle. That's what reality shows are. It represents the lifestyle of fake people. Fake people. Half them women up there got fake butts, fake titties. The dudes up there are fake ballers. Dudes faking like they getting money. Faking like they taking care of their kids. Faking like they faithful. It's all lies. But you know who capitalizes on that? Mona Scott and VH1. And a lot of conscious women watch reality TV. They watch reality TV. And how I know? Because I see it in their behavior. I see it in your behavior. That's because at the core, you are lies. You like lying. That's what you like doing. You like confusion. You like that. Because you get paid doing that. Get paid doing that. Look how much money the government made off of gang activity. Off Crips and Bloods beefing. They made billions of dollars and still making billions, trillions. That's why you see a lot of the brothers from the streets, they done got hip. Negativity is whack. I'm not with that shit. It's a problem in the neighborhood. You hit people up, we gonna squash it. If it ain't that serious, we gonna squash it. Because a lot of people are tired. A lot of people are tired of it. We're tired of it, man. We tired of the lies and people standing behind liars. That's what goes on in society every day. Donald Trump got a whole goddamn cabinet. They standing behind a liar and a fraud. They know that. They know that. But them checks that's getting cut is good. That's why Ben Carson chose to be an overseer for an oppressor. See, he's going to get paid to keep propagating the lies about inner city black communities or black hoods, whatever you want to call it. He's going to continue to propagate these lies and say, this is why we need urban renewal. Urban renewal is another term for gentrification. See, we got to understand these words. Because see, they speak in certain languages too. Codify language. They codify their lies. So you don't know what they talking about. So when you hear Ben Carson talking about urban renewal, he's talking about gentrification. That's what he's talking about. But see, first, they have to set the atmosphere for urban renewal to be accepted. So they got to create a whole program of goddamn lies. That's what the media do. That's what the news outlets are for. But see, you know what's one of the biggest news outlets right now? Facebook, Twitter. You see? So we got to understand, fam, what's going on. And we have to understand why it's going on. Why? Because see, what a lot of people don't understand, and this is why my live stream is Sheep Stay Sleep Live. Because see, whatever they propagate to us on television is the seeds that they're planting in our minds. So when the shepherd comes to grab the flock, you automatically know to follow protocol because the seeds already been planted. So you're not going to ask no questions. You're not going to say, where we going? Who are you? You're not going to ask sensible questions. And why is that? Because you're a sheep and you sleep. And sheep need what? Shepherds. And shepherds is the one that's supposed to lead you to the promised land. But the shepherds out here today are leading people to hell. So people who want to be sheep, people who like to be sheep for other people, just know you're going to drink that poisonous Kool-Aid. Just know that. Since you can't lead yourself, you're going to be led by a shepherd. And shepherds are not in favor for the people most of the time. See? See? See, everybody's been lied to. Everybody. The sheep has been lied to and the shepherd. So trust and believe. The shepherd is leading you to where somebody told him the destination is. This is why I'm a goat. Shout out to the Capricorns. I'm a goat. Goats stand alone. And they stand at the top of the mountain and watch the sheep and the shepherds. You see? And I only like to deal with people with that mentality. I don't like to deal with sheep-like people. People who like to jump on bandwagons. People who like to cape for people when they wrong, but not stand up for what's right. See, that's a sheep. That's a sheep. That's somebody who looking for acceptance. That's what you see. That's somebody looking for acceptance. That's somebody looking for a pat on the head or a pat on the back. That's somebody looking for acknowledgement. And whenever you're dealing with people that's seeking out those things, those are people with no power. Those are people with no power. See, these quote unquote oppressors, they know they're powerless. You know what gives them power? The person who believes that shit that they feed them. That's what empowers them. But once you begin to decode and debunk the lies and know that you just being fed a bunch of bullshit, that person loses power over you. They lose power, period. And this is what you're seeing today. With all these Caucasoids losing their positions, with all these Caucasoids dying off from drug overdoses. Shout out to the sister Lisa Cabrera. I love the way she's archiving what's going on with these Caucasoids. Y'all go check her channel out. She's archiving it. That's beautiful. I love that. Because she's showing people the truth and the lies. When they tell you drugs is what messed up the black community, that's a crock. That's a narrative that's being painted to us. Drugs is destroying their community. It's killing off their people. You see? But see, as long as we keep feeding into their lies, we keep empowering these people. We got to stop giving these people power. Let's stop doing that. You feel what I'm saying? Let's stop giving lying ass people power. Because that's what we like to say the oppressor is. He's a liar. He's a thief. Okay. But what gives him power? To keep stealing. What gives him power to keep ruling over us? Us. Us. Why? Because we keep feeding into this narrative that's being pushed. See, we dealing with powerless ass people. This is why they built their society on lies and corruption and deceit. This is why they built it on that, because they don't have any power. Because see, when you have power and know you have power, you're going to do the right thing with your power. You're going to do the right thing with your voice. You see? But everybody's not interested in the truth. Everybody's not interested in the truth. You see? I put the link out there in the chat. Anybody want to come through and render their voice, they can. But that's what it is, family. Lies are more interesting to our children. We got to change that up. We got to change that up. Most of our kids think they walking around wearing new Jordans. When me and my friends was wearing that shit when we was in 4th grade. I got to get the new J's. Them shits ain't new. None of them are new. Them shits done came out plenty times over already. But it's what's being marketed to us. And what I told y'all, family, marketing is another fancy word for lying. That's what marketing is. Another fancy word for lying. And I had to learn that. Because when I was in college, I went to school for business. And when I was in my business 101 class, I just asked my teacher, based on the definition of what marketing is and promotion, I said, so basically, we just lying to people. And he said, yeah, that's the business term for lying, marketing. You see? This is why promoters make a lot of money, because they good at hustling the lie. See? So if anybody want to come on and render their voice, they can. Like I said, family, let's talk about it. Why are lies more interesting than the truth in today's world? Why? Why people like to hear lies more? And why, when a person stand on truth, they want to be made out to be a liar? Why is that? Peace, brother Rob. How you doing, King?
Man, peace, DS1, man. I'm low-key chilling, man. And you know, I was listening to the topic and listening to you know, what you were speaking about, and everything that you said, brother, is absolutely true. Um, Propaganda, you know, propaganda is a weapon, and it shapes people's perceptions. It shapes people's connotations, you know, and in doing and in shaping that, right, it shapes your desires. It shapes your intentions. You see? And so because we don't understand that we don't truly love ourselves. Because see, if you truly love yourself, right? If you truly love yourself, you're not gonna represent yourself in that way. You know what I mean? And people around you that's not representing themselves right, you gonna call their behavior into question. You know, not the person, but their behavior. You're gonna call their behavior into question. And then that person, if they truly love themselves, are gonna be humble enough to accept that wisdom that you've given them. But in truth, brother, in truth, our ego rules over our perception, and it poisons the entire community because of your ego. You know what I'm saying? In terms of economics, our desires, our desires are not in line with our goals. I believe it was Will Smith that said it. He said, black people, we spend all type of money that we don't have to get things that we don't need to impress. Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but you know what I'm talking about. Say it for me, G.
Understand that we don't truly love ourselves.
Hello? My fault. You
Yeah,
can hear
bro.
me?
Yeah, I heard you, bro.
All right, my fault, my fault. I know I was messing the quote up, but uh, basically, I'm in total agreement. And then this will be my last point, and I'm gonna shut up for a second. My students, I start them out on the power of propaganda and the power of images. We talk about the power of words all the time, but see, images have more power. That's why the Madunetta is written in images, because images get into your subconscious mind without you even knowing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then those things that's in your subconscious mind, they rule over your perception without you even knowing. So it's very important that we be very careful about what we consume. And I'm not talking about eating. You know what I'm saying? You consume with more than just your mouth. You consume with your ears and with your eyes and with your hands. You know what I'm saying? All of your senses. And so those things, they definitely have to be called into question, and you have to self-evaluate to make sure that you're not that weak link in our community, brother. We can do it. I believe in us. But at the same time, brother, we gotta get our ego out of the way so that our kids will be able to look at us and have a true example of what it means to go forward and be grown and be powerful and working what the creator then gave us, brother. Man, it's sad, but it's true, man. And then I mean, man, this topic was more than necessary to get out here today. So I'm gonna shut up.
Thanks a lot, bro. You know, Your perspective on things is always enlightening, bro. And I salute you. Every time you come on here, it's always open for you to speak, King. You know, because you speak truth to power, man. You know, and you go into depth and you make things connect. You don't just speak sporadically. So I salute you, bro. What's up, sis? How you doing? Akasha, what's up, sis?
I know people in the chat was saying that it was buffering, so maybe she got to come out and go back in. It looked like she muted. I'm not sure. Sis, unmute yourself.
Mute yourself, sis.
How's that? Can everyone hear me now?
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
can hear you, sis.
Peace, greetings. How's everyone?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, sister.
I'm doing well. It's a good build.
Definitely. How do you feel about the topic?
Um, the topic about lies is very interesting. Um, I would like to know if Munchie would like to get on.
Well, sis knows she welcome to come on here. It's just that I don't tolerate no disrespect, none of that
No,
arguing stuff, or none of that. But you know, sis knows she could come up here. Anybody's welcome on my platform, as long as there's no disrespect or none of that type of stuff. And I don't want no arguing. Let's build.
none intended.
You know, and I'm just stating this for the record, sis. This is
I
not
understand.
directed towards anybody. I'm just stating it for the record. Because people like to think that certain people allow other people to come on their platforms and be greasy to people. So
Right.
I'm letting it be known off rip. Anybody who come on this platform, the doors are always open. But I don't do no arguing. I don't do no debating. I don't care how many books you read. I'm not doing no pissing matches. None of that. So we can come to conclusions like adults. We can talk like adults. Everybody get their chance to speak, and we move on from there. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
would love if you have anything to specifically say to her. I would love for her to come on so you can address her directly. But if you just wanted to address the topic, I would love for you to do that too, sis.
Yeah, I think I got on because of the topic. So that's why I wanted to speak to Munchie, because she was in another video and I wanted to ask her about that, if she wanted to speak to me personally about it, really in a negative way, but to ask her some questions to get some clarification. But if she's not interested, then I understand.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. But what do you? So I see you doing your thing, and
Hmm.
you're working on a series, a web series, and I
Yeah.
kind of I kind of touched on that earlier. And like I was saying, I ain't throwing no shots at nobody, but I just noticed that the bigger web series, they all have the same narrative. They all are speaking about the same lifestyles and the way people operate. So you could kind of touch on how yours may be different from that.
Okay. So you do watch the Black web series on YouTube?
Yes, I watch a lot of the web series. I watch a lot of them.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I don't find too many people in the community that do venture off into those neck of the woods, so that's good. And it's also good to see that you notice that they do tend to carry the same narrative. I also noticed that a lot of them have started to cater having, you know, like gay couples and stuff like that. But we have a few different types of web series that we're working on. Some of them are sci-fi series type. I don't want to give away too much of the plots, but they will be different than what you're used to seeing. We have some regular shows coming out where, you know, they're dealing with Black relationships and occasionally dropping knowledge. Some that are a little comedy based, you know, like skits. I don't want to say like Dave Chappelle or anything like that, but just more like a comedy series instead of being serious. So there will be different varieties going on there. And if there's people in Atlanta who are interested in getting into doing some acting, you don't have to be experienced. It comes easy. Then you can hit me up and give it a try, members.
That's beautiful, sis. You know, and I salute you for that, because, you know, that's our jobs as people who are gonna stand, who are gonna speak. Because you can't see, one thing we have to understand is that you can't just speak shit, but you don't have no works behind what you speak. So whatever you saying you are, you have to be that. So,
Right.
you know, if we're saying that we're conscious and we know what's going on, why do we continue to perpetuate the narrative that's being pushed out by mainstream media about our people? Why do we keep catering to that? You know, like, I love Money and Violence, but it's big because it's money and violence. You see, I
Yeah.
love Respect Life, but Respect Life is just based off of hood tales, different personalities that we all grew up with in the neighborhood. We all can relate to that. So what I notice is that you make a lot of money when you cater to that. You get a lot more attention when you cater to that. But I notice when you try to be different and when you try to be uplifting, people say you whack. Oh, she's lame. Oh, he's corny. Oh, he's a nerd. Oh, that's whack. That's boring. But as long as we running around the whole web series shooting and robbing each other, and women running around being promiscuous, they get 1 million views. They getting hella YouTube checks.
Well,
So
you know,
it shows how interested we are in the lives, sis.
the power is within us, you know. It's where we divert our energy to. We don't focus our energy on that, and we just simply create that which we wish to see, then it's that easy. It really is. It's not that hard. I find if people have so much time to just be kind of lollygagging around and not really doing much, but just you're on YouTube anyway, why don't you bring forth some of the things which you wish to see instead of just bringing forth negative energy or just yapping?
Right? You want to touch on that, bro?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was just gonna say that all of us, you know, when we start talking about being conscious, you know, if you really look at the word, you're simply aware, you know. So you know, that's not a badge of honor in a way to be conscious. I mean, it would be great to know that if you drink a cup of bleach, you're gonna die. But if you drink the shit, there are consequences. You see what I mean? And it's the same way with our community. It's the same way with our community, right? If you realize that we trying to build a nation, and that's the problem. See, we don't view ourselves as a group. We don't view ourselves as a nation, right? So that's the number one problem, right? And that way, in viewing that, what you're going to do is be responsible with your words and with your actions. You know, a wise man taught me, you know, this is my father. He taught me all men are going to be judged by what they say and what they do. Right? So, I mean, you have a responsibility. Once you have come into some type of awareness of consciousness, you have a responsibility to yourself and to the people in your immediate circle to build them up. And you can't do it, you know, tiptoeing through the lilies and fucking around with all of this old garbage. Now, you know, brother, in truth, you know, I try to stay out of drama. As a matter of fact, it's a brother. Every time I'm talking, this brother telling me that I'm dreaming, and you know, how you gonna empower somebody? Has this gonna work? Has that gonna work? You know, what I tell him is, well, you know, brother, I'm gonna keep trying. That's what I'm gonna do. And I got success stories behind what I'm saying. I try not to pin roses on myself like I'm the greatest of all time or whatever, right? But I work with some kids with very humble beginnings, brother. They come from very humble backgrounds, you know. No father in the home, you know, and if the mama there, you know, she might have a challenging lifestyle to support somebody who needs rearing at this time, you know. And I'm just trying to be nice and politically correct about it, right? You know, because I don't want to bad mouth people, because there are situations that, you know, when you make bad decisions, you know, you can't control. You know, like going to jail, or, you know, you made one bad decision, so now you stuck in jail, you know, and now your whole family gonna suffer. You know, you ain't mean to do that, but boom, it happened, right? So what are we supposed to do as a community? We got to put our arms around them kids, bro, because this is what this is about, right? We got to strengthen ourselves so that can get to them kids, you know, because they didn't ask to come here. You know, and so we have a responsibility to build something that they can see as a model, so that our kids can benefit from what we doing right now. And if that's not what you thinking about, you know, I mean, to be honest, you know, you wasting time. You know what I'm saying? You still dreaming. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. You know, I mean, my goal, right, as I'm talking to y'all on YouTube and everything, into your best practices. Like that man D Red, right? Man, bro, what he doing in Houston, that's a powerful work, bro. That's a powerful work. So I'm not just listening to be, you know, oh man, D Red doing the thing. No, nigga. I'm inspired. And now, shit, I want to do that shit here in Chicago. You know what I mean? I'm looking at what Q Butter doing. I'm like, damn, G, the man making shit happen. You know what? Shit, I could do that too. Fuck it, I'm a try too. You know what I'm saying? It's 1,000 examples of what we could be doing. You know what I'm saying? But if we gonna be wrapped up in our ego, like I said earlier, if we gonna be wrapped up in our ego and not really put that aside for the greater good of our children, we wasting time. A goal, you know what I'm saying, without a plan, it's a wish, bro. It's a wish. That's what it is. And if we ain't planning, fam, if we ain't actually getting out here, putting foot to ass and boots on the ground, we wasting time. And I mean, we only got ever so many days. We here for a blink, man. You know? I mean, our generation, bro, we here for a blink. We was the 8th generation out of slavery. You know what I'm saying? The kids behind us, that's the 9th generation out of slavery. We still fighting the same fight. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we overcome? because we always sitting around here talking about the goddamn problem instead of working on the solution. And it gets mad. I get mad, bro. Sometimes I just have to turn YouTube off. Like, I want to hear what people have to say. You feel me? But then when motherfuckers get to talking about this drama shit and who said what and all of, man, hey, man, on the real, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just get mad and be like, fuck it, man. And then just hang up and go and read a book or something or watch a documentary or something. Fuck, man. I mean, that's just what it is. I would prefer to spend my time listening to what we need to be doing, best practices, and make that shit happen. I'm gonna shut up, bro. But that's how I feel.
Well, building is a lot better all day, every day. So you can choose to do one or you can choose to do the other. It's up to each individual person, but we're stronger in numbers. Numbers are needed for us. So it seems to be a lot easier for our people to come together for some drama or some beef, even when you're not directly involved and you're not necessarily sure of what's going on. You just want to be included. So why can't it be that easy to come together and be included on things? We have social media, so it doesn't matter because apparently from what I'm seeing, all of these platforms, people can get together in chats and coordinate. So why can't we get together and courses, sessions to where airs their gift to teach the next group who's interested. This is something I do on a professional level. Kind of, I don't know, some kind of organization that could be held between people to where they could get together on the same platform we're using right now, Google Chats, down and learn how to do something that the other person knows how to do and instruct upon, and get together at a certain time each day or once a week. Then we are teaching the man to fish. That's a small thing. That's an easy thing to do. I find it a lot more resourceful than getting on here just to, yak around about somebody, what they did, what they said, what they're not doing, what they're not saying, or whatever.
Okay. No doubt, sis. Peace, Empress segment.
It's something that makes sense to me.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're fine.
Peace, Black African power. Can you hear me? Peace, Black
Yeah, we
African
can hear
power.
you, sis.
Peace. I'm in the whip right now, so I might go in and out. I'm hoping that my connection is good enough for you guys to hear me and for me to hear everyone as well. And DS1, I want to first salute you on your channel. You know what I'm saying? I fell back for a minute because things look real crazy. I'm looking at your title and I said, let me call in, because if anything, I'm nothing but transparent, and I really believe that for us to move forward as a people, we have to address this thing, root it out, and move on so we can press forward. I'm really seeing there's a shift in the horizon when it comes to Black people and the face and voice of what being Black in America looks like. And for us to continue to go about the road of slander and bashing and lies and false information and all of these things that are counterproductive to us as a people, that's just something I have to speak on. And so I'm listening right now, and when it's time for me to chime in, I'll do so. But I wanted to just first say peace to you, my brother, and salute your channel.
No doubt, sis. You know, I'm honored. You know, I'm humbled at your salute, and I'm glad you're here. You know, I'm glad you're here, and you're here with an open mind. You know, because what I'm starting to notice is that lies are starting to propel people to be other than who they say they are. And I think that happens because people are lying to themselves on who they say they are in general. You know, like I said, if you saying you're something or if you represent something, you have to embody that. Nobody's quote unquote perfect, but we are perfect because perfect is just balance. And that's what we should be seeking towards. So everybody make mistakes. Yes, everybody makes mistakes because none of us has reached to that point of balance. But we have to understand that we cannot let lies and things, we cannot let these things overrule our judgment. And this is why I went into, you know, propaganda and things that's divisive or keeps us being divisive against one another. Because I think a lot of times we deal with each other in a very hostile manner because that's how we're socialized to deal with one another. We, especially like with men, with Black men, this is why it's so easy for us to kill each other because, for one, we're hyper. A lot of men are hyper masculine, and a lot of those type of men that are hyper masculine, they're hype with their masculinity because a lot of their masculinity has been suppressed as a boy. See, when a boy is not able to express himself as a boy, when he becomes a man, he's going to express himself so he can be heard. You know? And I think a lot of times us as Black men, we don't understand that between each other. So that's why an argument, a disagreement goes to an argument, and then it leads to somebody threatening somebody's life. And this is why, you know, I don't deal with a lot of dudes like that no more in my life, because I know where I'm at mentally. I would never want to hurt another brother at this point in my life. But I know that there's dudes out here vibrating on that frequency. So I separate myself. But it's harder now because people will come around you like the wolf in sheep's clothing. Hey, sister. Hey, brother. I love you. I respect you. I salute you. Then they trying to expose you.
Mm. Now that's facts.
Now, how
That's
you
what.
love me? How am I your brother? How do you respect me? But any little disagreement, I'm this, that, and the third. That's because there's no love there. Because there's no love in you.
Mm.
You just talking that shit.
Can I speak on that, brother?
Yes, ma'am.
I agree with that, and I'm respecting your channel, and I'm respecting the panel, everybody on the panel, uh, even you, Sister Akasha, because I know that you have an issue with me, and I don't know why. I don't know. I don't even know how the issue with you and I derived. Um, but when the brother just said what he said, it really touched home for me, because when the first time that I encountered you was on a live stream, I never have heard of you before. Never, no one has ever said your name to me before. Um, we followed each other on social media, Instagram to be exact. Um, we DM'd, I DM'd you, and you DM'd me. It was nothing but respect. You even commented on one of my pictures. Beautiful. Everything was good. And the next thing that I was getting informed was that you were bashing me in the community, um, calling me a liar, calling me a fake, slandering my name and my character. And I didn't even know you. I had no idea who you were. Um, and I didn't understand it, because I thought that we had a pleasant dialogue um, beforehand. Sister this, sister that, respect this, and all that. We even had a discussion about uh, on my farm. So I just want to make the record straight, because my name is my name, and my reputation is my reputation. So I'm just going to address it, because I want it to be done with. And I also want people to see how, when you love yourself, when you love your people, there are ways to go by clearing up, debunking, and moving on from an issue without it having to cause a counterproductive dissemination amongst our people in this community. You follow me, D? Okay. So one, let me clear up one thing. And the only reason why I'm discussing this on your channel is because it was comments made on your channel, DS. So stop me if you feel like I'm out of line. But
No.
this is about lying, and I'm being accused of lying, and I haven't spoken on it, because I don't believe in this. I don't believe it coming at each other on YouTube when we got a bigger water fight. I do not believe in this. But now it has come to the point where I feel like I have to defend my name, and that I will do to my death in this life and the next.
And
So I want to go ahead.
not to cut you off, sis, but just to keep, to keep the show flowing and whatever, so you could keep going. I just want to let you know it's all good, sis. It's all good. My platform is open to people to do that. Defend your reputation. That's what you're supposed to do. Especially if you feel like somebody is bearing false witness on you.
No doubt.
It's a proper way to do it. So it's no problem, sis. You good.
No doubt. So the sister Akasha is accusing me of lying about writing the Diaper Needs Act, which is AB 1516. And you can go, if you Google my government name and you put Women's Policy Institute of California, you will see that I was a member of the Safety Net Policy Team in 2010. The Women's Policy Institute is a group of women, chosen organizers from all over the country, that come together as a think tank to find out what's needed in the community. We write bills, and then we try to find legislators, meaning author the bill. Now, I was on the Safety Net Policy Team in 2010. We had 5 different bills that we wanted to write. Okay, after a process, because it's a school, it's an institute. After a process of us doing the pros and cons and breaking down, we came to the consensus that the Diapers Need Act was the best bill for us at the time in California for us to push. We took the bill that we wrote and we presented it to many different legislators, because that's what bill writing is. On the record, when it says a legislator is the author, that means it is the presenter of the bill. Because I'm not a legislator and nobody in my team was an assembly person, we can't present the bill we can't present the bill. We have to get an assembly person and a legislator to present the bill. We write the bill, and then we bring the bill to as many different legislators as we can to see who would be a presenter of that bill. I have no reason to lie. When you can Google it, see my face, see the other women that were on the policy team, see the other women that wrote the team, that wrote the bill. We pushed the bill that we wrote collectively over weeks in Sacramento, California. I was living in Oakland. We had to transport ourselves there. It was me and 4 other women from community organizing organizations. We wrote the bill together. We got the stats. We got the information all together. We presented it to many different legislators. Gonzalez was the one that agreed to pick it up because she felt that it was a significant need, and she agreed to be the presenter of our bill. Now, in legal language, because she is the assembly person, she is the author of the bill. But even if you Google, what does it mean if you're the author and not the writer of the bill? It tells you in legal terms, the author means the presenter or the sponsor. So to say that I did not write something, why would I? Come on, I'm a national name. Everybody got all my business. There's no reason for me to lie about something like that. There's no reason for me to make up that kind of lie to my people. I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to keep from tears coming to my eyes, and I very rarely cry. I didn't even cry at my own sister's funeral. It hurts me to a point where it's like, why are you doing this, Akasha? What have I done to you? I never said anything disrespectful about you until it came to me. And I didn't even want to bring these brothers involved, but now it's time to air it out because I'm over the fact that this keeps going on. And I'm hoping everybody can hear me because I don't know if my perception is good. Hello? Y'all let me know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, sis. I can
Okay.
hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm about to say, yeah, I can hear you.
So
All
I'm
good.
gonna air it out now, even though I'm betraying the confidence of these brothers that told me not to say anything publicly. But now I'm so very tired of my name being slandered by this sister that I do not know and I do not understand. And there's another sister, she was in the track, Queen Nakasi or whatever, that had a comment about me wearing the same dress all weekend in the empowerment. It's like, what are we doing to each other? First off, I didn't have on the same black dress. And why is that even in the comment section? But I'll get to that later. Now, the only reason why I had anything to say about you, Sister Akasha, is when my brother Q Butter came to me and was like, yo, my boy hit me up and said, this sister is dragging your name. And I'm like, what? Why? I don't understand why. And he couldn't even remember her name. He didn't even remember her name. So I'm like, well, who told you? He didn't even want to tell me who told him because the brother told him to not say nothing. So fuck all that. I'm saying names now. So Q Butter, while we was building for the Black Empowerment Conference, hit me up and told me that King Mob, King Mob, I don't know him either. We've spoken because of this situation, but I don't know him. I don't know Akasha. I don't know any of these people personally. So Q told me that King Mob called him because they boys and said that this chick is dragging my name about a white woman that says that I beat her up or some shit in California, some blog post. And I'm saying to myself, why would you believe a white person? Why would you believe somebody that's connected to white supremacy before you believe somebody that's in this fight? So I was upset at it, but I didn't understand it, and Q didn't really want to get into it. So he just finally said, well, it was King Mob. So I hit King Mob up on Instagram, like, my brother, can you tell me what's going on? Who is this sister? Yada, yada, yada. He didn't want to tell me straight up, but this is what he told me. He said that it was on a live stream. So I'm a very smart person. My IQ is 170. I'm a very smart person. 2 + 2 is 4 regardless. I hadn't been on many live streams because I just got released to be back on video anyway. So I knew exactly who he was talking about when he started telling the story. So I'm going to implement her name, but he never said her name until I finally demanded her name. Okay, he said that when we was on the live stream, it was only one live stream that I was on with King Mob and another sister, which was Akasha. He said that Akasha and him had private dealings, relationship type dealings, and she was upset that he was bigging me up on the live stream. That she was upset that, you know, he was like, that's props, that's what's up, whatever the fact. And then she began to want to do research on me because now she had a problem with me. And she had found some blog by a white woman that did not pay me my $8,000, so I broke her jaw. And I'm telling the truth. I don't have any reason to fucking lie. Okay, I was working for someone in California. I demanded my money because when not working in nonprofit, you get grant money. I'm trying to be very quick with this, people. Working in nonprofit, you get grant money. It comes quarterly. I knew that I would have to wait for money at some time, but when I'm also an accountant, so when I was doing the books, I saw there was money there to pay me, and I was not getting paid. When I was told, bitch, I'm not paying you, everybody know how that went down. There's no reason for me to say no more. What would you do if a white woman told you in your face that they're not going to give you money they owe you? What would you do? I did that plus 10, low style. Okay? So, of course, she put out a blog about me after I was arrested. There was nothing ever said about me before I was arrested. And I want people to pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. If I was this, pay attention to when the information came out. Somebody trying to live off of my pain. Okay, and when she started telling people, Akasha, I'm saying, that about some white woman blog that she found, and that she believed this, and that I got arrested for saying kill police, but I want someone to produce a video with me ever saying kill the police. That was a propaganda by white supremacy media. No one can produce a video with me saying go out and kill police. I never said anything like that. I addressed white supremacists from an alt-right group called No Thieves Allowed that had hacked my account, came to my home, put my number and my address online, and came to my home. And I addressed them crackers like I would address any cracker trying to take my life. And because I did it on YouTube is the reason why I got arrested. I never, and you can't produce, but I'm saying this because she put in a chat that I was arrested for saying kill police, which is a lie. That is a lie, and no one can produce a video. I charge you to produce a video with me saying kill the police. No one can. And that's the reason why these charges have been dropped on me in the first place. Okay? So I'm just saying that the things that is being disseminated from this sister Akasha, I don't know where the issue came from. I don't know. I don't understand why. I'm the target of her hate. I'm the target of this bashing. I don't understand it. I don't understand why, and it hurts me to my core that I have to continue to defend myself against a sister, not white folks, not Klansmen, not white supremacists, but another sister that we had nice dialogue. On one end, you're telling me respect, beautiful, it's all love. And on the other end, you dragging me to a brother? Why? Why? So I think that this is something that happens a lot. People don't know you and they talk on your name. People rather listen to what some white person said instead of just coming to me, sister to sister, and asking what the fuck happened. Like, this is ridiculous. I've been doing this work. I don't know how old y'all think I am. I've been doing this work 20 years. I'm not no little girl out here. I've been doing this work 20 years. I've been lobbying. I've been co-writing bills. I've been doing this shit for years. Longer than some of y'all been alive out here. And I got to get bashed by another sister that has never once said anything derogatory to me, directly to me. When we were in DMs, it was all respect, sis. It was all love. It was all you're beautiful. But on the back end, you dragging me for what? Why? Because somebody you were in a relationship with gave me props and you didn't like it? That's a question mark, because I don't know. This is what I was told. This is what I was told. So I'm just saying that we really need to go to the source first before we start defaming each other's character, before we start slandering each other's name, before the sister that was in the comment section talking about I had on the same dress all 3 weeks. So what? Even if I didn't. Anybody was at the conference saw that I didn't. But even if I did, so fucking what? So what? What does that have to do with anything? What kind of shit are we out here talking about? This is unbelievable to me. I gave my freedom, my father's retirement, 40 days without eating, butt naked, laid out like I was on a slave block. And I got to come on YouTube and see a sister that I don't know from a can of paint dragging me without even coming to me and asking me anything? That's ridiculous and it's fucked up. And I'm sick. It's other shit I could be talking about. I got people that's under me. I got people I teach. I got people that depend on me and count on me and respect me. And I got to hold myself accountable. I got to watch everything I do and everywhere I go in this fucking fight. And I got to come on YouTube and hear black women talking about my clothes. Hear black women co-signing white bitches over me. And I'm out here fighting for you. The fuck is going on out here for real? Sister Akasa, what's really good?
Akasha, render your voice, sis. You there, sis? I guess you probably stepped away or something, but
No, somebody muted me.
oh, okay. No, I muted you. You had to unmute yourself because it was a little background noise for a little minute. I did mute you. That was
Okay. She's definitely upset. So I'm gonna have a rational conversation at this point. I'm not happy that she's upset, but as she is upset, I don't see, because she went on for a minute there. And it started with something some brothers came and told her. And unfortunately, it got her that upset. And a lot of the stuff that she said didn't actually come from me. One thing that I did address in the comment was the one thing that I spoke to King about. And I to her response in the chat, and I did offer for her to, in the same area, come out and have lunch, brunch, tea, or what have you, and discuss this. But Empress is obviously upset, and I can understand that. Like I said, the majority of what she just spoke on, it didn't come from me. You're dealing with he say, she say. First of all, don't completely buy into it until you have at least source from which it supposedly had came. To what you said as far as what I saw on my research about the bill, and that is what it is. If you feel passionately about the bill, you wrote the bill, possibly that be that serious for me. Obviously, it's a passion for you. but I still feel like we should have a rational conversation about it rather than get into yelling, being upset, something with somebody else about your dress or whatever. That has nothing to do with me either. And then the other stuff you mentioned, then you said I'm bashing you all around. Where? Because you got that comment from Q Butter, who I never spoke to outside of one phone call conversation that didn't involve you. And he got his information from another brother. So you see how that can be a little bit
Well, Akasha, I spoke to King Mob directly. So I did speak to King Mob directly, and let's keep it a buck. I hit you up
where
in the
is
DM.
King Mob? Because I have not. Then you said he said we were fucking around, which were your exact words, is absolutely a falsehood.
Look,
I've never met King in my entire life in person.
I tried to
Information he gave you is a false. And part of my exposed video will involve him and how he had strings and all of this drama that is going on now, which is one reason why I offered for you and I to meet in person and discuss this, because I chose not to deal with it publicly.
Actually, I offered
Best
for us
to do
meet.
it that way.
I offered for us to meet, Akasha. Let's keep it 100. I just put in the comments today, and this has been going on for weeks. I said, I'm tired of this. Let's meet. I am the one
Well,
that
a lot has
instigated
been going on for weeks.
So I'm the one that just let's make that clear though. I'm the one that sent out in the comment section today. I said, this is enough with this internet nonsense. Let's meet. I'm in Atlanta. Let's meet. Give me a time and day.
And like I said,
Okay,
I
so don't make it out
responded
like
to that.
But also
the exact same thing. So we're not really saying anything different. It doesn't
also
have to be a competition about who said it first.
Also,
I understand you're upset, but
yeah, I'm upset
we both
because
agreed that it's a good idea to meet, so we can do that.
also when I tried to
Get
in the
nasty
DM,
on
no,
the internet, and that makes sense.
Let her finish, Akasha. Let her finish.
Let the people know what's really good.
Let her finish.
When I hit you in the DM on Instagram and I said, sis, what's good? Do you have any questions for me? Is there anything that you have learned about me on Google? Because they said you were Googling me. I asked you directly. I said, is there anything that you need to address me or question me on? If you have any questions about anything I've done, and you acted like you didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Asking people and telling people shit about me. So let's keep it a buck and let the people really know how you really got down. I tried to
asking people and telling what people.
Okay, they said you was on some brother channel. What's his name? Kev G, dragging me on his channel.
Dragging you how, Empress?
Come on, anything that's not positive is negative. Let's keep it. Come on now, don't play dumb. Don't play dumb. If you saying anything out of pocket,
said I was dragging you, so how was I dragging you?
Anything out of pocket about me, and you don't even know me. You never seen me before. You don't know me. Anything you known about me was from the media. You don't even know nobody that know me. So the fact that you was even on some other nigga channel named Kevin, I don't even know who he is, and you were bashing me on that channel. I had multiple people come to me and say that you were talking
bashing
about
you how? Because I spoke about you guys' Atlanta event, because that's what I was talking about on Kev Gills. Didn't speak anything about your bill or lady or stuff you were talking about. I didn't say anything about that on Kev Gills' channel. So you got all that from, again, third-party information. Which,
so, Akasha,
like I said,
are you saying you never said anything to King Mob about me? You never said anything to King Mob about me.
I didn't deny that. I said all that extra stuff that you're bringing up in my mouth.
What did you say to King Mob about me?
We spoke spoke about the bill. And I said, you did not author the bill. I did research on the bill.
Well, you couldn't have done research on the bill.
Mentioning and all whatever else you said, it got in your feelings or whatever. That shit didn't come out of my mouth. It lived.
All right, Akasha. All right, yo. All I'm saying is, you don't have your facts
I know what
right.
a bill is and how it gets written and how to research that information.
The women's policy.
That as well. It's
you need to research it.
If you want to feel like you wrote the bill, I don't really care.
Then you need to research it then, because I didn't just write the bill. It was me and 4 other women from around California.
I have already researched it, and I'm confident in my research.
You're bugging, because Gonzalez sponsored the bill. She presented the bill. She did not.
Gonzalez wrote the bill. That is not only public information, but it's official information.
She's called the author on the bill because she is the presenter. The WPI Safety Net Group, which I was in with 4 other women, we did the research and wrote the bill. Gonzalez sponsored the bill.
That is not the factual information that is attached to that bill. So you can't take that up with me. You have to take that up with the record keeping of that bill.
Because you're reading information and you don't know the fucking how shit works.
My name is not Karasi, sweetie. I don't do a blog or something that was just written on freaking internet. I know how to properly research something, and I know how the assembly works. I know how the government works. I know how bills get written, and I know the procedures. And I know you didn't write the damn bill.
You are fucking
Listen.
Damn well that an author is the presenter of the bill, and
I got the receipts. I need diapers. I don't wear diapers.
I got the receipts. You're bugging. You can go online and go.
Now, I thought, we was going to get to some clarity. I guess based off what I'm hearing, have y'all arguments on a situation. And I feel like right now, the conversation is going left. I thought we was getting somewhere as far as a resolution, but now it's just looking like we going back and forth, and we're not going to do that. Sis said what she said. Akasha, respond to what the sister is saying, because she presented all her facts that she got. Now, whatever you dispute her facts with is what you dispute her facts with. Now, if neither one of y'all are happy with what any of y'all are saying to each other, then it looks like the situation cannot be resolved. But the arguing and all of that, nah.
No doubt. I'm not with it either. All I'm saying is, I don't understand how this woman that don't know me at all decided to say about me in a negative way to a brother that I did not know for no reason. And anybody right now can Google WPI Safety Net Team 2010 with my government name, and you can see very plainly that the Women's Policy Institute is the institute of women community organizers that come together to write bills and find legislatures that will sponsor the bill, which is considered the author legally of the bill. But we were the authors. Anybody could read it. Anybody could get the information. I can give you the link right now. Hold on. Let me go upstairs to my computer.
Yes, let them do that. I really don't care.
Yo, Akasha, what do you mean by what the sister is saying? You saying you don't care?
It's not that serious to me, because when she came on, she had already spoken in it so heavily to where she got beyond upset. She has obviously gotten other information that didn't come from me, but she feels like it came from me because one of those things came from me. upset. And that's
All right.
clear.
I mean, sis, think about it.
And I said she
I
didn't
know
write the
you're
damn bill.
upset
That's
too.
what I said.
Nah, I feel you. I'm just saying, you know, it's not. I know you're upset. You just, you know how to harbor
No,
your feelings for a certain amount of
I'm
time.
actually not upset.
Okay, so you're not upset that people have been saying things about you too? You're not
No,
upset
I'm
about
not
that?
pleased. I'm not pleased with it, but I'm definitely not upset about it. I
Okay.
am just to convey is that there is a lot more going on, which they should start to realize it with understanding that there is a common accomplice here. So that should lead into some kind of doubt.
Who is the common accomplice?
People have been saying in reference to me, throw the rock and hide the hands. Okay, they have been saying that, but where the fuck has King been for a while? Like I said, I have an exposed video coming up to where I'm going to decipher this bullshit, and I'm going to bring facts on who has been pulling puppet strings behind this shit to try to make it seem like I'm this bigger villain to propagate their agenda. I said Empress didn't write the damn bill. However, how that she's talking about, and for this guy to say that he was fucking around with me, what kind of bullshit is that? Personally, in my entire life, and he has been all over these chats saying that he has been with a girl for what, 13 years? It started to hit the fan. He started to become very like receipts on all this bullshit. And it's funny how Munchie is in the chat calling me all kind of bitches and stuff when I simply asked her to get on the platform so I can ask her what was her rant about on Rossi's video, because she went in and she's claiming that she didn't to Atlanta to beat my ass, hiring somebody to get at me.
But she also, Munchie also
said that
watched you on Kevin Gill.
Met or spoken to me in her entire life.
So what about Munchie that's
doing
that
on the video is my question for her, but she's in the chat calling me bitches and stuff.
What about
who's in the chat can see I didn't address her in a negative way.
All right, sis.
The proof that Munchie watched the video of you talking about me on Kevin Gill's channel, Akasha?
Right. That's
there was no video because I was not on video. There was that chat, the little screenshot that Karasi shared to where I said for you guys' event, yes, you want a full investigation because you lied about the damn bill.
No, I did not.
Opinion due to my research.
But you're not doing correct research, sweetheart. You're not
That's
doing
how
correct
you
research,
feel?
Nor have you looked up what the Women's Foundation of California policy
How do you know I didn't do that?
Because if you did, then you would know the real facts.
I have even clearly contacted these people. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I can show everything that I found about it, but I'm gonna tell you at the end of the day, if you want to be the author of the bill, you can be the author of the damn bill. I simply told King you didn't write the damn bill. That was the beginning and end of it.
Number one, like I said, you can go online and see it very clearly, even but down to the fact sheet. The author of the bill, when it says bill author, Assemblywoman Lorena Gonzalez, that means she was the presenter of the bill. She introduced the bill. It takes an assembly person to introduce the bill. Everybody and anybody that's political knows that bills get written by many different organizations.
Okay.
And then
there is an official, yes, you are correct. The Assemblywoman has to address the bill. She is officially documented as the author of the bill as well. And the person where the idea for the bill originated, there's no record of it being you.
It was from the women's
It is
policy
accredited
institute.
to someone
you can
else.
Go online
Your
and see it.
organization is accredited to having help lobby the bill,
That's not
which
true.
other organizations
That is
have
not
done
true.
the same thing.
You're lying.
But that's what's
You are
documented.
lying.
Don't you
And
understand that?
You have not done your research.
That is
and you
what's
don't know what the
documented.
WPI is.
You can't take that up with me.
You're lying.
All right, sisters. All right,
I'm
y'all.
not lying.
Why y'all?
Yes, you are.
I mean, but
You are
online.
bold-faced
this is
lying.
going.
You
This
are
is.
bold-faced
I'm not
lying.
bold-faced
We
nothing.
spent
Who
weeks
cares?
writing
It's
that bill
online.
together. We spent
Let
weeks
the people look
writing
it
that
up for
bill
them
together.
damn selves then.
Now, I had to mute y'all again because we getting back off. We getting back off into the arguing, y'all. If y'all can't come to some form of to some common ground, which I think y'all already reached. You know, you said what you said, Empress. You told the woman, you know, what you think she's guilty of. This woman is admitting to what she said to you. After that, you know, if there's no other thing to talk about, then you know the conversation should be over, because now it's just a pissing match. It's who said this and who said that, and nobody's gonna admit to nothing because y'all already admitted to what y'all admitted to. So it's just gonna be counterproductive, sisters. So that's why I had to put y'all on mute to let y'all know that if now that y'all reached the ground where y'all both met at, if there's nothing gonna come out of this but more arguing, y'all might as well just leave it alone. Just chalk it up, you know, because there's not gonna be any clarity. You know, Empress, you think the sister's lying. This sister saying she not lying. So at the end of the day, I mean, what is the purpose of all of this after what we just heard? We heard the whole situation from both of y'all. We got both sides of the story. You know, y'all both got it out. Y'all both said how y'all feel. So now it's just a pissing match. We don't need to do that. We're not gonna do it.
And brother DS1, I just very, very humbly, you know, what I'm ask that the sister do, right? You know, I'm sure you know, most of the family is familiar with Charles Latimer, right? Charles Latimer is the man who made Thomas Edison, you know, light bulb work. Now, he doesn't get the credit. Thomas Edison gets the credit, you see? But Charles Latimer is the one who created it, you know? Just like you know, in the documentary The 13th, right? Alec is writing all types of bills, right? And they're pushing them through these politicians, right? But the politicians are the ones that are getting credit for writing the bill, you see? So documentation, you know, without verification is simply irresponsible. It's simply irresponsible. You know, I'm sure if the sister, I'm sure the sister has done her research, but in this instance, you know, and I'm just listening to the conversation, you know, and it seems to me, you know what I'm saying, that the Empress on this one is more credible because, you know, that is the process. You know, the politician gets the credit for the authorship, right? But those intentions for the people, that's where it comes from. So even if the politician wrote the bill, the intention is to help the people. And so to discredit it and say, you know, that she don't care, you know, I'm just listening to it and I'm just speaking in truth, you know, that you know, because the sister didn't want to, you know, even entertain the idea that the WPI authored the bill and presented it through Gonzalez, you know, because she, you know, because of the documentation, you know, which can be misleading, right? You know, I would have to roll out with the Empress, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's just in truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's just in a matter of very humbleness. It's love, sister. What I'm saying is all these exposing videos. We want to expose this person, expose that person. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing to empower our people besides destroy somebody? Expose what? What could you possibly expose? You know what I'm saying? The sister work, it speak for her. And so for you to go out and try to expose her, you know what I'm saying? You're going to discredit her work. And people that might be interested or even, you know, attracted to what she's doing to make her movement stronger, I feel like that's a cancer to the community. All this exposing video. How about you expose these white motherfuckers? You know what I mean? How about you expose them? How many videos you got of them? You see what I mean? We spending our time and our energy destroying each other because we are easy target. We're right here, right? But I guarantee you're not gonna go and expose one of them cracker motherfuckers that's been writing policy that's affecting our people. They wrote the shit 40 years ago. Why don't you go and do that research? You see what I mean? Those are the things that our family would be empowered by. You know what I'm saying? Truth, right? It's a funny thing, fam. It cut both ways. It cut both ways. But, you know, that's my humble opinion.
No doubt, no doubt. Any one of y'all sisters want to speak, y'all can unmute yourselves now, but you know I had to do that.
I'm trying to put the link. They won't let me put the link in, so I'm typing the link in to try to put into the chat so people can look it up themselves. I have no reason to lie. I'm completely transparent. It is what it is. The Women's Policy Institute of California is a group of women that come together. It's a think tank. We get the issue. We write the bills. We do the language. And then we find a legislator that will pick it up and be the presenter, which is called the author. I will also give you the definition directly from the NCSL.org, which is the National Conference of State Legislature. The definition of the author of the bill goes as this: the person, usually a legislator, who presents a bill or resolution for consideration may be joined by others who are known as co-authors. See introducer, patron, sponsor. That's exactly who Gonzalez was. She was the introducer. We have to get a legislator to carry the bill language because we are not an assembly person. We are not a legislator. So, and it is an institute in California, the WPI, that has been there for decades, that has passed many of bills have come down. It wasn't just through me. Many community organizers have been in this think tank to come together with teams. I happen to be a member of the safety net policy team. Okay. And to say that I did not write the bill, to say that I did not co-write this bill with 4 other women, the 4 other women, Samantha Hodge, Elisa Cox, Gemma, and Jenny. We all came together. We did the language, we did the research, we got the numbers, and then we had to find someone. Gonzalez wasn't the first one we took it to. We took it to many different assembly persons. They didn't want to touch it. They didn't want to touch it. Anything to do with welfare, anything to do with women, they didn't want to touch it. Gonzalez took it because she was new on the platform then. She was trying to get her name out there as an assemblywoman, and she was a mother. So she jumped on the Diaper Needs Act. She wanted to call it the Baby Bottoms Act. We had to go through how to rename it to fit her. Okay? So that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly what it is. And to continue to say that I'm lying about that is a definition of my character and my reputation. Just because you're listening and reading what white people, what's that say? I'm sorry. I'm talking so loud. The kids are asleep. uh, uh, um, because you're reading information and you're not going deep enough to see exactly what it is. That's all I'm saying. Don't call me a liar because you read on it. It says the author is Lorenz Gonzalez. That's what.
Yo, we can't hear you no more, Quinn.
Sis, you there?
Yeah, DS, I think we lost her. I'm not sure if you're trying to speak right now, but we can't hear you, Quinn.
Yeah, we can't hear you,
Are you
Empress.
talking to me?
Go ahead, Akasha.
Well, listen, I see people saying that I got them blocked or whatever, but this isn't my live stream. So how are they going to blame this on me? And Munchie is in the chat calling me all kind of bitches and shit. Like, again, she has yet to get on the live stream because I'm trying to figure out where all her vigor comes from, because I have never spoken to Munchie in my entire life. Listen, I'm telling you from my research, and I know how to freaking research. What is documented as far as who wrote the bill, that's not my responsibility. I know what comes up, and I didn't just do a damn Google search and look at the first thing that popped up. I know how to do proper research. To take that up with the way it is officially documented, and I go further in my research. Okay.
Is it all right if I ask you
I have been through extensive schooling, so I know how to research and fact check.
I wanted to ask you a quick question.
Proof and documentaries of people who have responded, who are officials on this damn bill, who said they don't even know who you are. And I also researched your group, and it only shows publicly that you helped, like you said, lobby the bill.
I never lobbied that. I never lobbied that bill, so that's a lie. I never
as far as promote it, push it to go into office. And I have a screenshot of Gonzalez herself saying that she doesn't know who you are. You never approached her. She is the author of the bill, and the bill idea came from some woman with some children or what have you.
That's not true.
But I challenged her. I literally challenged her, and I said, oh, you don't know who, you know, your government name and all this other, and I brought up your group and all that, because I found that information. Groups who have helped lobby the bill. And she said,
I never lobbied the bill.
I still don't know who this person is, but I know the group. They are.
I want to ask a quick question.
Lobby the bill. It is officially documented that she is the one who brought the idea. She wrote the bill.
You've said that several times.
Who on here?
And King and I were cool at that time, and I simply made that statement to him. All the rest of the stuff that you're coming up with,
yes, ma'am,
said through him or several people, whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't come from me.
I want to ask a question, man.
That stuff.
I want to ask a question. Is that okay, Akasha? I just want to ask you a super quick question. Is that okay?
Akasha?
I said yes.
Oh, I
didn't come through. It didn't come through.
So the question is, Gonzalez, what other bills has she sponsored that are similar to this bill?
A lot. If you do research on her yourselves, instead of just going off of what you hear speaking on, then you'll find out her extensive history and getting bills lobbied into law. It is.
No, I'm specifically the type of bill that we're talking about, specifically this type of bill.
She has similar causes. She had similar causes. Listen, at the end of the day, wonderful if Empress had authored the bill
sister.
brought
I
it
mean,
into,
I'm not trying to be
or what
funny,
have
right?
you.
Wow.
I'm not trying to be
Listen,
funny. I'm
the
not trying to
only
be funny.
thing that conspired here was I
no.
simply told King, I found out she didn't lobby the damn bill.
I'm not concerned
Took it
about
to
that
that
part.
other level, just
What
like
I'm
he has
concerned about
taken
is
other
Let the
things
brother
to
ask
other
his
levels.
question, Akasha. Let
you
the brother
said
ask his
you
question.
said that she if I do my research, you said that you done the research. That's what you said. And so
Mhm.
I asked specifically what other bills, and you said a lot. What I mean specifically, like, could you name one at least?
Well,
You did the
specifically,
research.
no, because I didn't never focus on those particular bills, but I did notice that they were similar to those type of bills concerning mothers, disadvantaged mothers with children.
That's the reason why she picked up
She
our
actually
bill.
other diaper bills in other counties, so they correspond.
Come on. DS, is there any?
It's not my agenda to go out my way to prove that Empress didn't.
What's up, Empress?
I simply told King she didn't author the bill due to my research.
That's
All right.
and
That's cool.
and I want somebody to. Is there a way that I could put a link? Yes, can you make me a moderator so I could just put a link for one moment and you can remove me?
All right, just just comment in the chat. I'll do that. But I see somebody saying that I'm putting a link out there and people are saying they blocked. Sci-Fi says she blocked. Munchie says she's blocked. I don't understand how people are blocked from getting in my chat. Brother Rob got on the chat. Y'all got on the chat. I don't understand how people are blocked. I don't get it. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand that either because they're blaming it on me, and this isn't even my damn live stream. How can it be my fault?
You know, I don't understand. You know, y'all keep saying y'all blocked. I really don't understand, sisters. You know, I put the link out there. Munchie, I emailed you the link. You know,
You
I don't understand why y'all saying y'all blocked.
You can tell what her mental state is.
The reason why I asked about the bill was because I just wanted to
Okay, how about we do this?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me share what I found.
Okay.
Share her stuff, since I can definitely understand her passion. Like, this was a baby of hers. I can understand her wanting to defend it. However, I'm stating that I feel like it was blown up, and I have good reason for saying that.
And that reason is,
I simply stated
and that reason is,
King.
this is my problem. This is my problem with your statement and your stance on it, right? There's no good reason, right, to do the research that you did, right, and then not bring up Gonzalez. I haven't finished saying what I'm saying. I haven't finished saying what I'm saying. And haven't done research on Gonzalez's voting record and the other bills that she sponsors. She has a very checkered voting record. All you have to do is do the research. You know, it's very checkered. And so to use your research to destroy one of the people that are doing work in the community.
I would not allow you to ad-lib. King and I were friends.
Hey, listen.
He expressed a concern.
I'm a grown man.
He's not speaking about
man. And whenever I'm ready to speak, no person on planet Earth can stop me. You see, you cannot tell me when and where I can state my opinion. You certainly stated yours. All I was doing was saying in defense of the sister. She stated facts, you know, and you stated that you have documentation. That documentation, wow, that documentation that you have, just like I stated, you know, giving you an example that Thomas Jefferson gets the credit for creating the light bulb, but Charles Latimer is the one that wrote the diagram and came up with the carbon filament. Do you see? So
Okay.
even though you might have documentation, right, that documentation is tainted because you haven't done the necessary digging to understand where the bill came from.
You don't know that. You're assuming that.
There are lobbying people all across America that are trying to get their things across to politicians, because we should all know by now that politics is the business of spending our tax money. The sister said that she was doing the work. I'm sure that she can back it up. She's trying to put the link in. I can't see why, being a journalist, you couldn't accept that information and maybe change your exposed video to something that would build a community.
So
it's
listen to what I'm saying
system.
to you. King is the one who asked me to do the damn research because he expressed some concerns to me. And like I said before, missing throughout this entire episode of drama that is occurred around Karasi, which involves all these other people who I had no fucking concerns with. And like I said before, okay, he asked me to do the damn research.
The entire premise of what you're doing then is based on conjuncture that King gave to you, and you were motivated to do the video. You just said that. Now, I'm not trying to condemn you, sister.
What video?
I'm just simply telling you that maybe the energy that you're using should be exposed towards those people that are trying to destroy our community besides build it. Don't you see that?
Okay, I don't know who you are, but you are ad-libbing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I truly don't.
Based upon your opinion.
Akasha, let me just chime in for a minute, y'all. What I think the brother is trying to express to you, sis, is he's saying, regardless to what King said, what he's saying is that based off what Empress was saying, based off the facts she brung, why he's saying that, how could you still, or why are you still trying to discredit her? It don't have nothing to do with King no more.
I am responding to what she is saying. There is a difference. There is a difference. I am speaking on the information that I came up with based upon my research. She is speaking on her experience with the damn bill. I'm not telling her that she is lying, but what I am saying is this is what is publicly documented based upon my research. And I am also saying that this actually it wasn't something that I just went off the blue wind and did by my damn self. And what I am continuously saying is that this guy who is missing in freaking action and has been for a while has been pulling freaking puppet strings. I just had a conversation with another queen about this, that I was going to lay that shit.
No doubt. And
because
I understand.
Realized before today that he has been pushing for this goddamn drama. And based upon things that she is now also saying, which she is saying that was told to her that didn't come out my damn mouth, I already know that that is true. Receipts.
So
you can laugh, I don't care.
So can I is it safe for me to say that this situation is basically resolved by default, because it's not going to get anywhere? You said what you said. The sister expressed her feelings. She put the link in the chat so people could, check it out for themselves. And you're saying, what you're saying is,
they are welcome to do that. I hope she wrote the bill.
Right.
Empress didn't write the damn bill.
Right. Right. So
She
this is what I'm saying.
Language,
an olive branch,
again,
and
the bill language was written. Let me say this.
One
the
back.
bill language was. Y'all hear? The bill language was written by me and 4 other women. We presented it to Gonzalez. She picked it up. She had to be presented as the author to introduce the bill.
So let me screen share. Let me get my shit together. Show you where my information is coming from.
But sis, you don't have to do that, because you're saying that you hope that this sister wrote the bill, and that you're not trying to say that she didn't. So why are you putting information out there for?
I want her to have written the damn bill.
Right, I understand that. So it's no reason for you to screen share and show what you found out. It doesn't matter.
She's screen sharing, then I should screen share as well.
No, what she did was she put a link in the chat so people can go and do a little research for themselves.
No, they shouldn't research based off of either one of our links. They should do their own research, and they should know how to research properly.
Right, I understand that. You know, I understand that. But if people
follow a link to a website, because if you follow a link to a website, it's going to look like her and that group wrote the damn bill. I was there too. I brought that information and I challenged it as well. It is officially documented that she is not the author of the bill. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to get to the bottom line. I'm trying to get to the bottom line. What is your reason?
What is your bottom line?
For trying
what is
to
your
keep
bottom
proving
line?
that? What is the reason for you keep trying to prove that this woman didn't write the bill? To say what about her? That's what I want to get to.
Again, you're ad-libbing, because it's not about me proving that she did it.
No, I asked you. I'm asking you, sis. I'm not ad-libbing. I'm asking you, what are you trying to prove by saying that? I'm asking you a question.
But you're asking me, what do I have to prove by proving that she didn't write the bill? It's not that I'm trying to prove she didn't write the bill. I'm showing what I got as a result of my research. What is officially documented.
Saying that this woman didn't write the bill based on your research. So if you know that and you're not trying to prove that to the people, then why keep saying it? That's my point, sis. I'm trying to get to the bottom line, because we keep going back.
It is something that is officially documented. Do you not understand that?
When did I say you made anything up? I never said that to you, Akasha.
Okay, what's your point? I'm sorry.
My point is, I'm gonna say it again. My point is to get to the bottom line.
She wrote the bill because
you
said she wrote the bill.
Okay, I don't listen.
But if it's not officially documented that she wrote the bill, then it's just not officially documented that she wrote the bill. That's all it is.
Let me say this again. Let me say this for the people, because obviously it's something else going on with sis. I'm saying this for the people.
Okay, well, I can't say it no more different ways than I've already said it.
People, that the language, the author on a bill is called an author, but that doesn't mean it's the writer. The political definition of an author is the presenter, the introducer. That it has to be a legislator to introduce.
It is not documented that you are the presenter. I know what the fuck that shit means. I know how this works.
Let me finish. Now, if you also look up the Women's Policy Institute, it is an organization known for having community organizing women from all over the country to come together and write bills. It is known for getting legislators to author bills that we women, community organizers, have written. So don't just research me, research the WPI as well.
I didn't research you. I researched the bill.
It works. We're not lobbyists. We are bill writers that get legislators to be introducers. We get legislators to pick up, and the political language of a legislator that presents a bill is author. I put both the link of the definitions and I put also the link of the WPI. She is talking about something that happened in 2010. It is what it is. I have no reason to lie. We co-wrote the bill, me and 4 other women. We took it to the legislator. She picked it up. She became the author. The definition of the author is the presenter. And there's nothing else that I'm going to have to say about that because obviously.
And that's not what's officially
girl
documented. Otherwise, it's officially
than
documented. So if it's not officially documented, you can't state it as fact.
No doubt. No doubt. So what we going to do now, ladies, we going to leave that alone. That's what we going to do at this point. Because now it's just becoming a pissing contest. We going to leave that alone. We not going to address that no more. No matter who believes what. Y'all leave it to the audience. Let them choose. But we're going to leave that situation alone. You got other people on the panel that want to address things. Let's move on from that.
But my question is now, can we ask this sister to stop publicly bashing me and defaming my character on the internet? Can that stop?
Can that stop, Akasha?
It's not happening.
Okay. You heard her, sis? She said it's not happening. So once again, it's going to go back to where we just came from. So let's just dead it. It's over by default. Peace, shalom, Ak, shalom.
Shalom, family. Shalom to everybody in the chat, everybody on the panel. It's real sad to see my sisters going through this type of issue where it's really minor. You know, it's giving us a bad look. For you to, you know, accuse a person of doing something that you clearly don't understand the process of it, you know, that's wrong, sis. And for you to sit there and say, it's cool, I heard you out.
I'm telling you what I says.
Yeah.
Do your research, then respond. How about that? I can respect that.
No worries. No worries. I got you. But what I'm saying is, you know, as an adult, as a maturing adult, you know, if you see it's a conflict and you made your point, there's no need for you to continue to keep the conflict going. That's your sister. So at the end of the day, you should be at the end, as a mature adult, at the end of the day, a mature individual is going to fix the conflict, regardless of who came in with it. The mature one is going to come with the solution and it's going to say, okay, sis, we don't agree. I might not agree with you, but I respect that. You asked me to stop speaking against you. Do so. That's your sister. That's all I'm saying. What you doing is you keeping up some extra BS that don't need to be kept up. It's coming from you.
That's a matter of opinion. Y'all all in your damn emotions.
You just sit here and said that. It's not an opinion when you said that out of your mouth.
And I simply told King she didn't write the bill. It went that far. And
No
I'm
doubt.
expressing
No
why
doubt.
I said she didn't write the bill. You don't like it. That is not my problem.
So at the end of the day, you just gonna just overlook what I'm saying as far as you being
as a presenter. It does not show her as an author.
I don't agree with what you're saying. I don't agree that you wrote anything, but at the same time, I'm gonna respect you. I'm not gonna speak on you. You can't do that. You're that immature to where you can't do that to your own sister. Is that what?
Speak on her to what? Speak on her to what?
Tasha, is that what you're telling the family?
I made a statement.
I'm asking you a question. Is that what you're telling the family? You cannot not talk about your own sister after she asked you. You can't do that.
Listen,
it's a
good. But that's for me to admit that I was going around talking about her.
Your family, right? So I'm asking you a simple question. Can you answer that question simply or not?
I am answering it.
So then answer it, please.
Did.
Yes or no?
Because you guys are saying that I was going around talking about her, and I simply told you that I didn't write the damn bill. That was the beginning and end of that. And I also told her that the rest of the stuff that she presented that came from King didn't come from me.
She asked you to stop defaming her name. You said you're not going to stop doing that.
I said it to him once. What part of that do you not understand?
No doubt. No doubt.
Said it to him once.
We got you. I got you. Let's talk to somebody else. What's up? What's up, Sarah? What's up, bro? What's your perspective on the topic? Sarah, you there, bro?
Hey, DS, look, bro, while we waiting on that brother, I think the topic is proof positive, bro. Lies are more interesting than the truth. It really is, man. It really is, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Just like the
Wow.
domination of TV. You feel me?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
What's up,
Shalom.
Sarah?
Can
What's
y'all
up,
hear
bro?
me?
Yes,
Yeah, we
sir.
can hear
Peace,
you
brother.
loud and
Peace,
clear.
brother. You
How you
muted
feel
yourself.
about the topic, bro? How you feel about the topic? You got anything you want to touch on? Because other people want to join the panel, King.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. What I wanted to say, right? Hold on a minute. Okay, what I wanted to say was, I watched a few of her videos and everything, when she did the little love thing or love juice or whatever they was doing. And Akasha, she's a very smart girl. Yeah, I'm talking about it now. Hello?
I'm listening to you, bro. Uncle Shug, what up, bro? You just watching, or you got something to
Hello?
chime in on, bro?
Oh yeah, I just came in, bro. I'm just watching, man. Wanted to say peace to everybody, and I want the sisters to calm that noise down. Y'all should forgive and move on, ladies. It ain't that serious.
No doubt. Yo, Unc, I'm gonna knock you off, bro, because other people want to come on and talk, King. I'm just letting you know. So,
Absolutely,
all right,
absolutely, brother.
all right.
Hello?
Hey, brother DS, I'm gonna step down too so everybody can come in.
Salute, shalom, Unc. We gonna talk. What's up, Sarah? Go ahead, bro.
Hey, this is what I wanted to say, right? Akasha is very smart, and she made it very clear in one of her videos on how she understands energy. And she said in that video, what you put on out as far as energy is concerned is what you get back on in. She sat right there instead of saying, I'm going to stop bashing her. She said, I'm going to keep on bashing her. She should want to stop putting negative energy on out there and want to do positive. I just want to know why she won't stop putting in the negative energy when she already knows what you put into the universe, you get back. She even did a little lectures, and I mean, not lectures, little videos on that. But yeah, she keeps on wanting to put negative. She should say, I'm not going to
That's
bash her no more because that's putting negative energy. You can't, in other words,
no.
Queen, you can't be saying one thing and then you turn around and do another. If you say a person shouldn't be
Okay,
putting negative out into the universe, then that should
let me
apply to you as well.
let me address what you're saying, because what you're failing to understand is that I did not say I would not stop putting out negative about Empress. What I clearly said is there's nothing to stop because it was not continuous. I simply said to King that one time she did not write the bill. And what I'm also telling you guys is King did a lot of ad-libbing on that. King has also been strings with Karasi, sci-fi, a whole lot of shit. And that's part of what I'm doing on my damn videos over there, is exposing the bullshit. And I got receipts. Trying to say, I simply told him, based upon my research, she didn't write the bill. he expressed concern about getting involved with them with this Atlanta event.
Yeah, but you was asked, will you stop bashing the Empress? And your response was
What?
no. Bashing. You know what bashing means.
Okay.
You was asked, will you
Like
stop bashing? And your answer was no. You should have said, I will stop bashing her.
Stop bashing her if I'm not bashing her.
Because that's putting negative.
Bashing.
If you keep on going on with this little fiasco that you're doing with her, that's bashing.
What fiasco?
Of you talking about this whole bill situation that we're discussing right now, Queen.
Obviously, we're discussing it because it was brought to the table.
So you're not, you don't think this is negative energy you putting into the universe that you need to stop? Because
no,
you said for yourself that you don't need to be putting negative. We both can't talk. I let you talk. That's kind of rude, but since you're the queen, I'll let you go ahead and talk. Go ahead and speak. The only thing I was trying to say, darling, is that the things that you're doing right now is just adding oil to the fire. You don't need to keep on adding oil to the fire. Everybody got both sides of the story. All of this making more videos and adding more wood to the fire is not necessary. We could just squash this right now. The people got the information. They can all go and do their own personal research, and everybody can leave this happily ever after. You don't have to do no more videos, and she not gonna say nothing else to you. And we keep it pushing. I didn't hear you, Queen.
Have anything to do with Empress though?
Right now, I don't know about all your videos. I just started watching you lately when I seen something about some soul alchemy or something.
So obviously you're not listening to me. I said
right now I'm just speaking on Empress. I'm not speaking about nobody else, Queen Kwasi or whoever else you got dealing with. Right now we are talking about just Queen Empress Sekhmet. We talking about Empress Sekhmet right now and nobody else. Let's deal with one topic at a time. You're talking about you're going to continue bashing her. You was asked, are you going to bash Empress Sekhmet? And you said, I'm going to make a video showing everybody what I researched. That is not necessary.
King, damn it. Will you listen? Video is about King and how he's been playing a hand in all of this shit. It has nothing to do with Empress.
Okay, long as you don't continue fueling that fire. I'm not trying to ad-lib. I'm just trying to get some peace between the two queens. That's all. I don't mean to get you more a little upset.
No, you're trying to make it out like I got a problem with Empress. I'm trying to express that I made that statement to King.
No doubt. I understand what you're saying. You saying that you said what you said to King and he basically blew the shit out of proportion. That's what you're trying to say. I understand what you're saying, sis, but like I said, I'm just trying to get to some clarity between you and her. That's all. And I see it's not going to be resolved because, you know, neither one of y'all really, really want to understand each other because both of y'all are hurt in the situation. I could tell just by listening to y'all.
I'm going to say this. I understand Empress is upset, but what I tried to convey to her is that I told King she didn't write the bill based upon my research. The rest of the stuff that she was saying when she first came on, I didn't tell King that. Where it came from, where he got it from, did never talk to Q Butter about her, which is where she first was approached. Okay, and then I also said that King has been pulling freaking strings to make this drama it needs to be. And I said that that is part of what I have been planning on laying bare. And I also said I don't have a problem with Empress. Because when she said something about we're in the same city, we can meet up, I responded the same.
No doubt. No doubt. I respect that. I totally do. I put the link out there, family. If anybody else want to come on and speak on this topic, y'all can. Y'all can. If not, I will be ending this stream in a few minutes. Brother Rob, you want to touch on anything, King?
You know, I just say that in terms of trying to deal with people inside of the community that's is toxic and not productive to what we're trying to do. I mean, you know, I just feel like eventually they're gonna expose themselves. And so we just need to take our energy and our time, you know, and put it towards something that our kids can see that's tangible, that they can look at and say, that's the example. Schools, man. You know what I'm saying? Communication, we got that. We got people that got education models. We got that. We got people that got all kind of talent. We got that. All we have to really do is just organize. And I end on this, right? Stokely Carmichael, man. You know, Kwame Ture, the others, right? The brother, man, the quote, man, he say, if you organize a little bit, you get a little bit done. You organize a lot, you get a lot done. But if you don't organize at all, you don't get nothing done, you know? So I just feel like our time and our energy, brother, it got to be put towards building, you know what I'm saying? And then, man, you know, and in doing that, we going to empower ourselves and hopefully, you know, inspire the next generations to come, man. You know, and I'm hoping that essentially that's the takeaway from tonight's chat, you know. But peace out to the family, man. I love black people, black power.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Well, on a closeout, family, this whole stream was about us understanding how important it is for us to not deal in lies and deception, and how powerful lies impact our lives today, and how lies is what's keeping us separated, and how lies are keep being promoted and promoted and promoted over and over and over and over. And that's why you got people saying black power is dead. Y'all wondering why people saying black power is dead? Because people want to keep propagating the lies in our community. And that's what has to stop. It has to stop between us. And I ain't pointing the fingers at nobody. I'm not pointing the fingers at nobody. This is not what this stream is about. It's not about this. It was to come on here and get some clarity to what lies and how lies impact our lives every day. You see, we can't get along with each other on YouTube because we can't get along. A lot of us don't get along with our family. So how are we going to get along and hash out issues with other people? See, this is what we're trying to get to. We keep talking about black love and us loving each other. So why must we keep promoting infighting? Why we got to keep letting the cat fights go on? Ain't no love in that. You know why? Because somebody gonna come out, the loser, and you know what the loser's gonna do? The loser is gonna run around and cause more confusion and chaos. And that's the shit that needs to stop. That needs to stop. Because at the end of the day, that's not helping nobody. The majority of us that congregate on YouTube have children. We have children. Do our children know the shit that we doing on here? Would they be pleased and proud of you? Ask yourself that. See, if we're going to stand in a position of being leaders and teachers, we have to hold ourselves accountable. You know? And I'm going to just say this before I close out. I've been getting lied on lately. And guess what I did? I lost it. Called a few women out their name. A few women. Am I proud of that? No. But guess what? I'm a man that's flawed. And guess what else I'm going to do? The same thing Empress said. I'm going to defend my reputation. Because that's what you're supposed to do. And this is why I allowed the sisters to come on and to have the conversation, a healthy one. So this is why I stopped the sisters and told them, being that y'all not getting nowhere, let's just dead the whole conversation. Because if you keep the confusion going, it's going to spill over. And people going to do more and more live streams about this shit. And keep it going and going and going and going. And then when you're trying to make people pick sides, this is when other people get hurt. And we got to understand that. Are we looking for healing or are we looking to be right? We got to question ourselves, family. Do we want to be right in every situation? Is that what it's about? Because if your ass always want to be right, you just egotistical. And you can't teach nobody from the ego. You can't build with nobody from the ego. So if you hell bent on being right all the time, then you don't need to be dealing with your people. Because your people are hurt. So you have to use your words and your actions to empower. Like I said, we all make mistakes. I've made some this week. But I've never stood on my soapbox and claimed to be anything perfect. You see? So this is why I decided to have this stream, y'all. This wasn't about to have a bunch of arguments and to make one person look wrong and make another person look right. That's childish shit. That's being childish. Always wanting to be right. Oh, I said that first. You didn't say that. Then I said, that's corny. There's no maturity in that. You can't get to an understanding, leave that shit alone, stay away from each other. Because we need to stop destroying one another. People actually get hurt behind this shit. People platforms are actually being affected behind this shit. This is not a joke. This is not a game. This is not high school where we all group up in the bathroom and watch two girls fight. And then her homegirl jump in, then her homegirl jump in. That's whack and that's messy. That's whack and that's messy. So like I said, family, this stream was about to get to some clarity and to teach people who's watching, who came here to hear some information, that lies is what's destroying our people. Lies, propaganda. This is destroying our people. So family, this DS1, Ross, of course. Shout out to everybody who came through. Shout out to Akasha. Shout out to Empress. Shout out to the brothers who came through. Shout out to everybody who came through in the chat. I respect y'all. Y'all have a good night. Peace.